Hi, I'm Smithy, a qualified canine nutritionist with over 10 years' experience. I have two fur babies, Bailey Boo and Billy Bear, who you will often see in my videos on feed. I've also wrote a book called Bark Appetit, A Guide to Healthy Dog Food, which is available on Amazon. Today, I'm talking about dry food. And dry food is one of the most common things people feed their dogs. And don't get me wrong, it's easy, it's affordable, and it lasts ages. But here's what you need to understand. Dry food typically contains less than 10% moisture, which means it's very low in water content. Now, compare that to what a dog would naturally eat, which is much higher in moisture, you're looking at a pretty big difference. Dry food usually comes in a few different forms. You've got kibble, those little pellets that most people use daily. Then there's flake foods, which are more cereal based. And then there's biscuits or mixtures, which are often used alongside other foods or as a base. Even though it's dry food, it still contains meat. But here's the catch: the meat can be either fresh before processing or dried and heavily processed. And processing is where things change. A lot of these foods are made using high heat, especially kibble, which can impact the nutrient quality. That's why many brands have to add vitamins back in afterwards. Now, feeding wise, you can give it as a straight out of the bag, or some people add water or gravy to soften it off a bit. Remember, if you're using gravy, do low salt gravy. But overall, it is worth asking yourself, are you just feeding for convenience, or are you thinking about what your dog actually needs? And if you're concerned, just drop me a message, and I'll reply back with some advice on dry food. For more simple, no nonsense dog nutrition advice, and if you want to go deeper, I put everything in my book, Bark Appetit, A Guide to Healthy Dog Food, and as mentioned, is available on Amazon. Thank you.